Hi everyone, Andrew here, Andrew NFX. Has been a while since my last video, probably a month and something. Truth be told, I was very busy with my trading, with my education, with my community. So I've been really working on that. That was my main focus, trading and my community for the last few months, to be honest. So I wasn't really a big content guy, but I do enjoy making some videos for you guys because I know they've been pretty helpful. So I am here in Dubai, been in Dubai for the last month and just been following what's happening with the prop firm industry. So I want to make this video and talk to you guys about how to choose the best prop firm in 2024. So we are mid-year now. The time of recording this video is 6th of July, so we just passed the half of the year, which is crazy. Time does fly by pretty fast, but I want to talk about the changes that happen in the industry, what changes are about to come, and how to choose the best prop firm in 2024 moving into 2025. So let's begin with the prop firm shutting down. So we had TFT, TrueForex Fund, Fund Engineer, FundPix have been down for a while, but they're recovering. So also other prop firms that have been not that popular have shut down. So want to get into why is that? So most people, maybe they think owners maybe rug pulled or they just closed the business and became millionaires, and trust me, I've done my research and that is not the case. The prop firm industry at the moment is a very hard one to manage because there's been a lot of cheaters coming into prop firm. So by cheaters I mean people that have multiple accounts under multiple identities, that hedge the accounts, hedge against the personal account. So maybe with the NFP they go long on their personal account, full margin, and they short full margin on their fund account, and in that way they make money. I didn't really know about all of these cheaters. As I did my research, I kind of found out that there's actually a lot that do that, group trading and especially reverse trading and arbitrage. That's the biggest thing. So why have we seen the collapse of the industry? So it all began with MetaCodes. It began a little while before that. Why? Because a lot of prop firms started to undercut each other. So they kind of introduced bigger discounts, better conditions and all of that, and that made the profit margins smaller and smaller for prop firms. And at that point it's only a battle of we need to get enough clients through the door so we can survive for a few months more, right? It's inevitable to shut down. So that happened, and then MetaCodes happened where MetaCodes decided to remove MT5, and that caused huge delays in prop firms. So 2-3 weeks of downtime means no sales, but you still have to pay your traders out. So that 3 weeks there was enough to basically burn any prop firm's capital reserves and basically have to shut down, because nobody's gonna get money out of their pocket to pay traders, because then what business is that? It's a charitable business basically, if you guys know what I mean. Now that's not really fair for us as traders, but to be honest, we are very blessed to have this opportunity. Like I remember last year I was almost at $7 million in funding with all these prop firms, and I'm making 2% a month. That was big money, and I was blessed because my investment for that was maybe 10% of what I was making in a month, and that was just one-time investment. After that I kept stacking payouts and payouts, so I made over $1 million this way from trading prop firms. So I'm very blessed to have had this opportunity, and we are all blessed to have had this opportunity. Now there are prop firms, you know, that they did shady stuff in order to keep them afloat, slipping users, banning users, denying payouts and all of that, which is normal when a business is not doing very well. So that's what happened in the industry in the last few months, and that's what continued to happen now, because margins are getting very low for these prop firms. Why? Because they're only relying on challenge fees coming in and then payouts. They don't have a proper risk management in place to manage all the trades, the influx of traders. They don't have any other ways to actually make money to pay out the traders. That was the whole business model, and now we're finding out that that is not very sustainable. Yeah, any prop firm can launch, do well for the first 3-6 months, and then when the backlog comes in with a lot of payments, that's when things become tricky. So that's what happened in the industry, and we are at the point now where we will see massive changes. We've already seen prop firms change a lot. So we've seen news trading being very regulated. We've seen consistency days, so you cannot make more than 50% of your payout in one day. Minimum profitable trading days. We saw drawdown getting reduced and all of that, because truth is, it was pretty easy to pass the challenge. Spend 1K on a 300K account, pass the challenge, and then get like a 10K payout. And that's not very good for a prop firm, right? Because there's no way to manage that risk. So that's what really really happen. And I think these rules are a healthy change in the industry, because any good trader like myself who can make profit consistently, we can adapt to any type of rules. Our drawdown is never more than 3-4% anyways if we trade the correct way. If you go risk 2-3%, which is another rule that a lot of platforms now added, where if you lose more than 3% in a position, then your account is breached. So I think that's a very healthy rule, because why else are you risking 3% in a trade on the fund account? Now, I did say in my previous videos that the way I scaled up my capital was risk big on challenges. And that obviously was a kind of workaround on how prop firms operate. And that was shut down later on, so sorry for that. But I never said on fund accounts I risk 3-4%. No, my max risk is maybe 1% or 2%. So you should never lose 3% in a trade on any fund account. So I think these rules are beneficial. News trading also, news is a way to either blow your account or make money. And I've seen a lot of gamblers actually make money on news, hit like a 50K payout and then never ever have another payout again in like a year. They keep wasting money in the challenges. So that doesn't create healthy, profitable traders. We need this industry to change into something that's gonna be healthy and beneficial for the trader. That's gonna encourage you to actually trade profitable, so that the company can use your data to also make some profit. So that's my thoughts on what happened in the industry. What's gonna happen next is we're gonna see more props probably shutting down, and we're gonna see only maybe 10 to 15 very good prop firms that are gonna be there to stay. And usually those are the ones that will manage risk very well. I know we're not in the same industry that we were, like I said, a year ago, where we could scale up to 6-7 million. Even myself now, I only have 4 million in capital, because all these props are banning me, shutting down. Very hard to keep the capital, and I've been keeping this capital for a few months now, just trading, stacking payouts, but that's not really sustainable unless the prop firm actually uses my data and my trades to make money themselves. So maybe I will get banned and lose all my capital, who knows. But yeah, so now let's get into the fun part of the video, where I will share my tips to just choose the best prop firm for you in 2024. Number one is payout deniers. So look for a prop firm that has not a lot of payout deniers. There's gonna be some payout deniers because you're gonna have those cheaters that I told you about. So it's impossible, you catch them, hedging accounts or reverse trading, arbitrage, all of that. And that money can go to a trader that actually trades and is profitable and makes money. That's more like a correct way to give that profit away. Instead to give it on a cheater, best to give it to a profitable trader. So look for props that don't have any payout deniers or just have a few payout deniers. Second thing that I would say, because payouts are the most important thing. Like when your payout date is due, let's say it's in 2 days, you need to have that safe feeling that, all right, I traded, I made 3%, 2-3 trades. I just know that that money is gonna come into my bank account. There's no hard feelings like, I don't know if I'm gonna get paid out, or they've been having issues, they haven't paid anyone in like a week, 2 weeks. Trust me, that sucks. I still have around $60K in pending payouts from props that are not doing well. And to count all the props that shut down, maybe 70, 80K. So it's a lot of money that I never got to see, and I will probably never see it again. So that feeling sucks, right? But if you have a prop that I'm gonna get paid for sure during that date, that's the best feeling. So that's number one. Number two, I would say, is rules. And by rules, I don't mean to find the easiest rules, but to find the fair rules. So as long as the company has all the rules written down on their FAQ or a separate page, there's no hidden rules, no hidden policies, that they can just use at any time to ban you or deny your payout. That's another very good thing. So as long as a firm is transparent as it can be, has all the rules written down that you can read and before trading with them, that's perfectly fine. And just using those two, you're gonna find your perfect prop firm. Number three is, I would say, look for props that don't offer a lot of capital. We've seen in the industry that props that failed miserably are those who offered a lot of capital, so like 600K max funded, or 800K max funded, account sizes up to 400K. That's never gonna work out in the long run, because that's a lot of risk. On a 400K account, you pay, let's say, $2K to pass it. 1% is for 4K. There's traders making 20, 30K a month from a 400K account. That's never gonna work for the prop firm, because that's also a lot of risk to manage in the back end. So third thing is, look for props that offer, let's say, up to 200K, 300K. That's more than enough capital for one prop firm, even for the trader. You don't need more capital with one prop firm. you can go to 2-3 prop firms and scale up to 1 million, and that's more than enough. If you make 2%, 3% on 1 million, that's very good money. So moving on to number 4, I would say community and communication. So when rules, because rules are gonna get changed all the time in prop firms, because they need to manage their risk, they need to keep running the business so they can pay out the profitable traders, which is a good thing. We need to remove all the bad negativity about props. They help a lot of traders. Yeah, the business model is not really for the trader, but they still changed the lives of a lot of traders. It changed my life because I made $1 million just from trading prop firms. Imagine that. What other business can give me that kind of money? So we need to remove that negativity from the props. They help a lot of traders. They take a cut, maybe they make 10% profit margin, which that's usually what they do, and they help a lot of traders. So that's very good for us. As I said, communication and community. So community, find prop firms that have very good communities of traders. I've seen prop firms that have good communities and bad communities. And bad communities, it's a toxic environment, you know, people throw words. It's not a very good thing. But if you have a nice community behind you, everyone is there to win, right? We're all a team. We're all against the markets. And then communication, meaning that when there's a, like I said, a rule being changed or an announcement being made, that announcement needs to reach every single trader. So either by email, Discord, Telegram maybe, you know, Twitter, X, YouTube, that announcement needs to be sent ASAP to everyone, especially by email, because that's what you use to register. But I've seen prop firms where, and it happened to me, where I got banned for, and I lost 400K in capital on one prop firm because they introduced a rule where you cannot use a trade copier, and I made a video about it. You cannot use a trade copier to copy your trades between your two fund accounts, and that was introduced one day. And you know, I didn't know, because when I sign up, I look over all the rules. I know that for this specific prop firm, I can use a trade copier. That was allowed, right? And then they introduced that rule where you cannot copy trades between your accounts, fund accounts. And what do you know? Once I got to my payout, I broke the rules, so they just banned me. I lost the payout, I lost the capital. Why? Because they didn't make any announcement. They didn't send an email, they didn't send anything. Why they did that is pretty simple. I mean, why they did not send an announcement, pretty simple, because they wanted to ban some traders to improve their margins, remove the profitable traders, and, you know, keep growing. And I would say the last thing that you need to know and look after, which will be something that a lot of people will take negatively, but I would say look for more expensive prop firms. Don't go for the cheapest option. Don't go for the props that offer 50% discounts, 95% profit split, weekly payouts, all of those combined. Never gonna work out. You've seen TFT, they offer these crazy discounts, and even them shut down, right? So look for the more expensive approach. There's a reason why FTMO is still #1, because they're the most expensive, and that allows them to continue running the business, that allows them to continue paying profitable traders. So don't go for the, you know, pay to $200 for the 100K account, because you're gonna blow two, 3, 4 accounts, you're gonna get funded in like a month, and then when your payout comes, surprise, you're not gonna get paid out. And that was the case with, if you guys know the prop firm, They Funded, DEI. So they launched with this crazy discount that was never seen in the industry, where you would purchase one account with a 50% discount or something crazy, and you will get another one. So I purchased, for example, one 200K account, I paid like $300, and I got two 200K accounts. So basically I got a 400K account for less than $300, which is very, very cheap, right? And what do you know? Passed the accounts, traded the funded, never got paid out after months, and then they rug pulled. So imagine how much in sales they did, because they offered such a low pricing, such a good discount, and then they kept telling people like, oh, we're working on payouts, there's a delay, there's a new dashboard, and they kept doing it for months, getting sales in, and I think they made a few $1 million just by basically rug pulling the whole company and all the people. It's absolutely crazy. And why did that happen? Because they made this very good offer for people when they fell for it, right? So don't fall for it, guys. Choose the props that have all the things that I mentioned, which are a few. higher pricing is very important. If you pay $500+ for a 100K account, that's still 0.5% of profit on the fund account. And trade the accounts more responsibly. And also just doing an update on my trading style, because I've said in the previous videos, like, this is how I scale up capital. That doesn't work anymore, guys. Just don't go crazy, buy 3, 4, 5 challenges, risk the whole drawdown. Be more careful with it. Risk 2%. 3% during the challenge. Pass the accounts, get funded, get that first payout, get your money back, because we are in an area of the industry where there's not a lot of good platforms right now that you know you're gonna get paid out. And not looking to announce or promote anything during this video, but I will make a separate video where I will announce what I've been working on and what I'm trying to do to help this industry grow further and hopefully help more traders become like me, where, you know, their life changes from capital and making money trading. So thank you guys for watching this longer video. This is how you choose the best platform in 2024. As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Join us at swap.com/nfx if you want to learn how to trade, and I'll see you guys in the next one.